What's good, bass heads? Welcome to another video. If we haven't met yet, my name is Ted and I talk bass. Listen, there are no hacks, man. Words like hacks and tips and tricks, those things are things that, they're buzzwords, hashtags, keywords that, you know, help you find videos like this one, right? I'm just trying to keep it 100. I'm just getting out of the gym, and so this was on my mind on the way home from the gym. Imagine, right? You go to the gym and you see some person that is just absolutely jacked, right? And you're like, well, I want to get jacked too. And you do like 2 or 3 push-ups. It don't happen like that. That person has been doing push-ups, and they've been doing more than just push-ups. You know what I mean? They've been doing bench presses and, overhead presses, all of that stuff. They've been doing all of those things, right? How do you get from point A to point B? I want to talk about some of those things in this video. I think the first thing is, your curiosity. What is it that you want to do, right? What is it that you're curious about? Man, I wonder how this person played that thing. We go right back to thinking about music, the way that we learned how to speak. Kids are curious, man. They not waiting to go to kindergarten or preschool or whatever to learn their ABCs. Kids are talking. Get that sound. How do I make that sound? Right? And sometimes that means just picking up a bass and doodling around with it. What is it about that song that attracts you? Right? For me, again, I've said this before in other videos. I was not attracted to the bass as a solo instrument when I was coming up. I was attracted to the bass and how it fit into a song. I like song, right? So my approach to bass has always been more supportive than anything else. So I'm saying all that to say, I think we need to remember and go back to what it was like to be curious. Another thing is our goals, like why do we want to play X, Y, and Z? What's the motivation? Do I want to play in a cover band? Do you need a bunch of theory to play in a cover band? No, you don't. To be honest with you, some of the dopest players that I know, man, I'm telling you, they can't talk to you about modes. And I've heard some of them try. And, they're like, and I'm saying this as a person who is a quote unquote educated musician, went to school and all that, but I also started from, kind of like, I'm just playing. You know what I mean? I didn't go to school until way later. But I can listen to them talking. I'm like, yeah, well, that's kind of right, but it doesn't matter because what they're doing on the stage and in the studio and at jam sessions and all that, that's dope. They don't have to know all the theory. I mean, there's nothing wrong with knowing theory, but especially if you are an adult, you've got, a career, another career, you've got all these other things to do, man, why waste your time? Why waste your time? You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm not trying to shade nobody, right? Everybody's trying to get their hustle on and make their money and stuff like that. But like, you got PDF. How many PDFs you got on your hard drive right now that you ain't got through? Like for real. For real, for real. Be honest with yourself, right? You motivated for a couple of days. You look at that for a couple of days and then you back to square one, right? And it may be because you haven't determined what that goal is, and that thing that you spent money on doesn't really fit into your goals. Repetition, whatever it is that you are trying to learn or practice or, get into, repetition is key, right? How do you know when you need to not repeat it anymore? When you can do it without making mistakes, when you can do it naturally. Here's an analogy for you. If you've ever seen a child, and we all have, we were all children once, right? We are just bobbleheading around. We looking around. Everybody's walking. You dig? Everybody's walking. And we're like, in our little baby brains, we're like, man, I want to walk too. I want to be able to do that. Oh, you see somebody running? Oh, man, I want to do that too. And what do babies do? What did we do? Man, we stand up, we fall down. We stand up, we fall down. And then in our minds, we put the pieces of the puzzle together and we say, man, if I just get my legs up and I touch on this thing, be a table, a chair, whatever, I can hobble for a little while. And then in our brains, we see another like, okay, I'm standing at this thing and I want to get over to that thing. So I know I can get up here and I'm going to wobble to that next thing. And you do that so much, your legs get stronger. Your balance gets better. Man, we get up in and most of us, we get up out of bed and we walk around. We don't even think about that. Right? We don't even think about it, but we've been doing it for so long. But that is kind of a form of practice, right? I think it's a form of practice. Let me know in the comments. Is that a whack analogy? Is that a good analogy? I think it's a good analogy personally. But, what's the goal? It's back to the goal. I was a mischievous kid myself. I don't know about you. You good kids. I was a mischievous kid. And there was stuff, man, I just wanted to know. And I figured out, if I had my mind set on figuring out something, I figured it out if it was serious enough for me to figure it out. You know what I mean? I take this YouTube thing, man. Last few months, I've been like really curious about really growing the channel and all that. And so I'm practicing a lot of things, repetition, getting systems together and stuff like that, and I've been seeing results from it. Is it perfect? No, but repetition is key. That's the whole point of that story. Consistency. I'll go back to the gym analogy. If you go to the gym and you solid for 7 days, right? You solid, and then you stop for a month, then all the progress you made in that 7 days is gone. You got to start over again. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you go to, some people go to the gym. I know when I, first kind of started working, I didn't know what to do, but kind of figured it out. And then I started, there's some programs that I got, and I looked at those programs. I said, oh, okay, this is how this working. You're working this group of muscles one day, this group of muscles next day. You may rest the next day. And so, you start getting this pattern together. But the key is consistency, right? And so, working out and keeping my body moving is just something that I do. It's now no longer something and there's days that I don't want to do it, but for me, it's just a part of my lifestyle. And it's not a part of my lifestyle so that I can go into competitions, that I could, outrun, outperform other people. It's not about that at all. Goal setting, bodies in motion, stay in motion. And so for me, it's all about staying mobile. A byproduct of that is having a physique that I am happy with. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not trying to get into, body positivity or identification or anything like that. I'm just using that as an example. Goal, curiosity, repetition, consistency over time until it just becomes a thing. But we are in this world where we have all these things kind of flashing at us, and it's easy to lose sight of what we really and truly want to do. There are some people watching this video right now. You may be one of them, and all you want to do is be able to, man, you come home from work, I just want to sit down and I want to play with a backing track, or I want to play my record I like. Maybe you want to record play along videos for your Instagram, or even make a YouTube channel. It doesn't, like, who knows? But curiosity, setting goals, repetition, and consistency are all things that are way bigger and better than hacks. Even if you get a hack and you don't have any of those things, a so-called hack, and you don't have any of those other things, then the hack doesn't matter. You dig? So anyway, I'm grimy. I need a shower, but I just wanted to make this video real quick while it was on my mind. Listen, if you found value from this video, what I need you to do is I need you to leave me a comment below, hit that subscribe button, that like button, hit the bell for notifications. Let me know that this kind of content is something that you're into. If you have questions about bass playing, do that down below. Also, do me a favor, sign up to my mailing list at sonofabase.com. All right, I won't spam you, and your privacy is important to me. It's as important to me as it is to you. All right, I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace. Two fingers.